I think sobrang importante nito kung ano yung pinakikinggan natin for most of our life. Can you imagine listening to fear for 40 days? You will be frozen. Kaya sana pinipili rin natin talaga kung ano ang ating pinakikinggan.
Are you ready to level up your leadership? We all need to fill our cup before we can pour out to others. Let's clear out any blocks and clogs through the series and find our leadership flow.
Victory Baliwag Leadership Flow, episode 33. I'm excited kasi kasama ko ulit si Coach Dan. Coach Dan, salamat 4 weeks na tayong magkakasama. It's such a wonderful time with you. And let's just start with the story, and maybe you have your own story. Space Shuttle, Enchanted Kingdom. Excited ka ba dyan sa mga ganyang way?
May ito sa theme parks, adventure po talaga.
Ako hindi. Kaya lang ako napapasali dyan kasi may mga kabataan or whatever, buyuan. Sometimes may mga amazing race pa kaming ginagawa sa Enchanted. And so, I'm still fearful, but I move in faith. Okay, na kailangan tong gawin, Even baha ngayon, 'di ba? Ang kailangan sa baha, pagka ikaw ay nasuong sa baha, yung car, ang kailangan ay hindi ka hihinto. Kasi pag huminto ka, doon papasok yung tubig sa loob ng tambucho at maganda niya, sunuran yan dapat kasi hinahawi nung nasa unahan yung tubig. So, the point is, we need to move in faith, not be frozen in fear. And we're going to talk about David and Goliath, and they were being taunted by Goliath for 40 days. They kept on hearing what they cannot do, and it's not like sila yung sumugod sa Philistine camp, Yung Philistine camp ang pumunta sa kanila. So they were really violated by the Philistines, and they were frozen in fear. Move in faith. Yun yung kailangan natin sa mga leaders natin. How can we come to a place that we move in faith and not be frozen in fear? We're not saying hindi tayo natatakot, pero yung 40 days kang walang gagawin, parang sana meron pa tayong ibang maisip tungkol doon. You were saying something na pag naisip ko talaga yung mali, lahat ng mali mangyayari. Can you share your thoughts about that?
Siguro po, ano po talaga parang when we think about fear, parang it's something po talaga that really paralyzes us. Parang cripples us. The moment we become fearful, parang na lang din po dun sa na-share nyo kanina sa roller coaster na pag naunahan ka ng takot, parang when you try to imagine na parang magkakalas yun, tapos parang mag-vomit ka after, parang parang na-overwhelm po talaga yung mind natin with the things na no, parang I'm not gonna do this, baka hindi talaga para sa akin to, or maybe mas okay na ako kung nasan ako ngayon dahil I'm not going to experience that. So
yeah.
I think yun po talaga yung nangyayari sa atin when we allow fear to creep into our hearts.
Yeah, and I hope as leaders we realize yung fear, it's something that loses our flow in our leadership. So punta na natin yung verse, sabi dito sa verse 24, all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were much afraid. So tumakbo sila kay David and Goliath. Remember that Saul, the king at this time, were a head taller than everybody else. First time nakakita ni Saul ng mas matangkad sa kanya. And so even maybe Saul, the king, was also in hiding. Si David nga yung yung key kung bakit sila lumaban. David said, so let no man's heart fail because of him. Your servant will go and fight with this Philistine. He was talking to the king. Even the king, I think, he was afraid, Kasi kung king siya, dapat siya yung lumaban doon. But he saw, he is taller than Saul, even. And so, I realized, sabi dito, let no man's heart fail because of him. And I think this is the whole point. I want you to comment on this. Fear is not a circumstance issue. It is a heart issue. Okay? So, kung araw-araw, lagi mong pinakikinggan bad news, fear news, terror news, biruin mo, 40 days lang narinig. Kaya wala silang nagawa. I think the word here is they were frozen in fear. And so, maybe in the next generation with the students, are they so exposed to TikTok and all of this media, puro fear, would you agree? How does this relate today?
Yun po. I think na dito din po sa binasa din natin talaga na scripture. Parang fear made them forget who they are. Parang and also fear made them forget kung sino ba talaga yung Lord nila. At dahil po doon, parang they were really frozen. Doon po sa taunting ni Goliath for 40 days. Hindi ko po talaga ma-imagine how can they stay put na wala talaga silang ginagawa, and hindi lang po talaga invaded sila, but they were really put to shame by these Philistines. And I think parang doon nga po pumasok si David na parang, why did you let this uncircumcised guy?
40 days na!
Di ba po grabe? Na parang nakita po talaga nila parang God has been faithful to them, and yet because of this Goliath, talagang nakalimutan po talaga nila.
Yeah. And so, I think sobrang importante nito kung ano yung pinakikinggan natin for most of our life. Can you imagine listening to fear for 40 days? You will be frozen. Kaya sana pinipili rin natin talaga kung ano ang ating pinakikinggan. Verse 33 says there, and Saul said to David, you are not able to go against the Philistine to fight with him, for you are but a youth, and he has been a man of war from his youth. And so, siyempre, si Saul yung king, siya yung expert. But most of the time, expert opinion is contrary with the word of God. Yung mga experts, maraming experts sa mundo, PhD, lahat ng title. But can they be wrong? Yes. Sa talino natin to, hindi natin na-predict yung COVID. Di ba? So, and he was saying, you are not able. Ibig sabihin, maraming expert opinion out there, but it doesn't mean you have to bow to it always. Okay? Pakikinggan mo, pero magpipray ka pa rin. I think science is not king. But we're not anti-science. we acknowledge science, acknowledge the facts of the situation, but we still obey God. Kasi kung ganyan lang, wala na tayong gagawin. The experts would always say to you, mali yan, mali yan. Lahat na lang, patingin ka sa doktor, lahat na lang nang sabihin, ay, bawal, bawal. Wala tayong kakainin, no? I'm not saying hindi tayo susunod sa doktor, susunod tayo. But the point is, there are expert opinions, but you don't have to bow to all of it, no? Verse 34 says there, but David said, so your servant used, so yun maganda, hindi nagbow si David, nag-remember siya. Sabi niya, your servant used to keep sheep for his father, and when there came a lion or a bear and took a lamb from the flock, sabi niya, kasing laki lang to ng bear eh, kaya ko to. And he was reminding himself in the face of expert opinion. How has God been faithful to you? Meaning, ano na ba yung nagawa niya in the past? Yun ang alalahanin mo, while even acknowledging the expert opinion. Verse 35, I went after him and struck him and delivered it out of his mouth, and if he arose against me, I caught him by his beard. So, pag nanlaban daw, kukunin daw sa balbas and shock him and kill him. And your servant has slapped out both lions, bears, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, for he has defied the armies of the living God. Medyo obscene words nga yung ginagamit ni David dito, kasi sinishame sila. So si David din, very strong words din yung ginamit. And last verse dito sabi, and David said, the Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of these Philistines. And Saul said to David, go, and the Lord be with you. And so, we need to be reminded even for the next generation na may power yung words eh. May power na, ano kaya pinag-uusapan nila in 40 days? Alam mo ba? May ano, may ganito, may ganyan. Magugunaw na yata yung mundo, no? And yet we're reminded of Romans 10 verse 8. But what does it say? The word is near you, in your mouth, no? And in your heart, that is the word of faith that we proclaim. So, again, fear and faith is not a circumstance issue. We will always have problems, but it is a heart issue. Jeremiah 1:6, calling that is terrifying. No? Minsan may mga calling tayo sa buhay natin, but we're so terrified. We don't want to respond to it. Pero sabi niya, Jeremiah 1:6, then I said, Lord God, behold, I do not know how to speak, for I am only a youth. No? But the Lord said to me, do not say, I am only a youth, for to all to whom I send you, you shall go, and whatever I command you, you shall speak. So anong gagawin mo kung takot ka, bata ka, or you feel like this is too much for you? 1 Timothy 4:12, sabi doon, let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example. So when you're in a position of fear, we don't have to bow to it, no? But just set an example in your speech, in your conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Sikat na sikat ngayon si Elon Musk, yung Tesla cars. It's like Tesla, which means AC, yung mga normal na saksakan natin. Pero DC rin siya kasi nilagay sa kotse, so walang saksakan. Alam mo ba na maliban pa sa Arminian at sa Calvinist, itong dalawang to ang nag-aaway talaga dati. Ano talaga ang future? Is this a DC community? Are the cities of the world gonna be powered by direct current or alternating current? 90% of the market or even the experts would say, delikado yung AC. Hindi yan mangyayari, masusunog ang bahay natin. Pero long story short, the experts were wrong. 90%, even 100% maybe of all households are all AC. They were wrong. But what I'm saying is you don't have to always bow to it. So the point is, recount history. Do you remember? Ano ba yung mga kailangan mong maalala? And so, final thoughts there, no? Tapos meron pa akong last na i-share dahil ito yung last verse. Sige, go ahead. Any other thoughts in your mind?
And siguro po I was just reminded by a verse in Psalms chapter 20 verse 7 and 8 that some trust in chariots,
yes,
but we will trust in the name of the Lord. And I think parang it still applies up in our leadership that we may have the strategies, we may have the tools, but all of these things have their own limitation. Dahil tulad nga po niya ni Saul, he was a warrior and he was trying to help David na David suotin mo na itong armor na to, but we can see na parang it did not help David at all. And maybe because it was Saul being motivated by fear. He was just trying to help, but it wasn't helpful para kay David. And I think na parang at the end of the day po talaga, we must continually trust in God and move in faith and not be frozen by fear.
Yeah, and I like what he said here. And Saul said to David, go and the Lord be with you. The reason why you should not fear is the Lord is with you. Last story na lang. Si Job, nakapag-swimming ngayon sa 8 feet, yung malalalim talaga. Competition pa nga yung tao na mag-swim. But something happened, no? Parang nagka-trauma siya. Ngayon, ayaw na niya dun sa palalim. Pag ayaw na niya, papakita ko sa kanya yung video. Job, ikaw to. Kita mo, nakakapag-swimming ka. Mas bata ka pa nga dati. Kaya kung nakikita niya ako, kahit natatakot siya, lumalakas yung loob niya. And hopefully, tayo rin, bilang Christians, even leaders, takot tayo. But when we see the presence of our Heavenly Father, we will have faith over fear. And that's how we flow in our leadership. Thank you.
Thank you.